I saw CNN last night, and I thought, my gosh, there was a woman on there who was absolutely awful. She didn't have anything nice to say about Sarah Palin at all. And you've got to be a real jerk to not realize that Sarah Palin has a lot of great qualities and has more experience in many ways than any of the other three. She has more experience in executive leadership than the other three because they haven't been that. They've been legislators. She certainly has more experience in energy, which is the #1 issue in this country. Plus, she's a woman who has taken on her own party, the oil cartel, and so many others because she thinks it's the right thing to do. So she's a reformer. She's a lot like John McCain. She's a maverick, too, and I think that people are going to just love her as they get to know her.
Well, if we're going to talk about experience, she was a mayor of a town of less than 7,000 when she was there. She was politically appointed to the Oil and Gas Commission, and then she was the governor of a state that's smaller than Columbus, Ohio. There were a whole series of people who were out there, women and men in the Republican Party, who would have been far more experienced. Do you think that was something they should have or may have considered and then went somewhere else anyway?
Well, those are all considerations, but on the other hand, McCain is a maverick himself, and he picked somebody who's as far away from Washington as could be. Somebody who's down to earth, practical, decent. Somebody who clearly is very bright, and everybody has seen that in her. Somebody who, just because I'll tell you one thing, it ain't easy managing a small town. I've seen a lot of problems in small towns because everybody thinks they own you. Now that's true in big towns too, so don't diminish her. I think people make a mistake by trying to diminish her because she is more than proven capable in a very, very politically tough state. They play hardball politics up there, and she's held her own with all of them, and frankly has won every time. So, I've seen people who have had 40 and 50 years of experience in politics who couldn't carry her shoes. And I've seen some people who've had just a few years in politics who could be right there with her. So, I don't think she should be diminished because she's young, she's beautiful, she's smart, and she's had a limited tenure both as a local leader and as governor. But in that tenure, she's had a lot of hard political issues that she's handled, I think, very well.
One last question. President Bush, Vice President Cheney were supposed to appear last night. Are they going to appear tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night? Are they going to see them here? Is America going to see them at the Republican National Convention in some way or another?
I hope so. I think they'll probably be here by satellite. A lot of people don't realize how really great President Bush and Vice President Cheney really are. They are really fine people. I do. I work with them virtually every day. And do they make mistakes? Sure. I don't know anybody in this high-intensity job that President Bush has, or the greatest vice president I think this country has ever had, in Dick Cheney, who don't make mistakes, but they also have done a lot of things to protect this country. I'm the longest-serving person on the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. I mean, I can tell you right now that this president's made a lot of very good decisions that the American people will never hear about, or at least won't for another 30 or 40 years.
Senator, thank you very much.
Great to be with you.